Hello YouTube, how's it going? So here's a different video than usual. I wanted to bring you guys an idea I had for a DLC, and it was mostly my other friend who had this idea for the DLC, and I'm going to put his petition down below if you guys want to sign it. But basically, if you're like me, you think that there's too much military DLC in GTA. There's way too much of it. And don't get me wrong and all, I love the military DLC. I like it a lot, but I think too much is just too much. And I loved gun running, I loved Smuggler's Run, and with Doomsday they added more military stuff, and I think that it's too much. I think that they're really milking the game when they do something like that, and it's not a good trend to follow. It's just turning GTA Online into a giant war zone. And what I would really like to see is I would really like to see them go back to the criminal element. That's what Grand Theft Auto is. Grand Theft Auto is being a successful criminal, making money, building your own criminal empire, especially in online. And we had things like CEO, we had the bikers update, and I was thinking, why don't we make a Mafia update next? Because that would really put it back on track where we could. It's going too far into the military, and I don't want to see every single update go military. I'd like to see more crime focused, more dark crime focused DLCs. And with that, we could do a Mafia DLC. And how a Mafia DLC basically would work, if I was setting it up, how it would basically work is that we would have something called families. And the families you could invite your friends to, and it would have six, because CEOs we have 4, MCs we have 8, so I would make 6 for the family. Could possibly think of another, maybe 8 also for kind of like the MC. But so basically there would be, in free mode, there would be 3 things. There would be CEOs, MCs, and now there would be families. And families would basically be like the Mafia equivalent of MC and CEO. And in that, you would have different ranks. Like, you could have like the boss rank, and then you could have like the underboss, kind of like maybe consigliere, capos, associates, soldiers, different kinds of Mafia ranks. And those different kind of Mafia ranks, they have different abilities, so you can like promote your like friends to like different ranks in the Mafia. And then like you have like specific like Mafia related jobs, like you have Mafia related contracts. And maybe they could do it like, how we had like the biker contracts, right? What they could do is, why don't they do something called Mafia contracts, where you have to buy like a new location. I was thinking that they could call the location like a compound, and maybe it would be like a nicer mansion or something like that with like walls, because there's definitely like locations in GTA Online that could fit it. And you buy that new location, and they could have like a new business with it. But they could also have the Mafia contracts. Mafia contracts works the same way as kind of like biker contracts. I'm guessing you could probably choose which. You could have more of a variety of choosing what kind of mission you want, and you could only start them up from the compound. And then you do those Mafia contracts. It'd be like killing somebody, stealing something, things like that. But like, we'd make a more focus of Mafia content on it. Like, how the biker missions, the biker contracts, they were biker focused. We could make these like Mafia focused, and we could also add a new business with it. And this is the challenging thing. A lot of people, I was thinking about this, and I asked people on my live streams to think about this. What kind of business could we add that would be like Mafia focused? I was really thinking about it. And I was thinking of 2 things. They could add kind of like a new cargo warehouse, but they could make it focused on nothing but tobacco and alcohol, because the mob was involved with a lot of stolen cigarette cartons, and they would like offload them by like hundreds. So like, that would be actually very, very profitable. Like, imagine like just stealing like hundreds and hundreds of like cigarette cartons and then just selling them all together. That could be like hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly in the millions if it's really, really a lot. And it could also be involved with alcohol, stealing like expensive alcohol and like selling that. Or what they could do is they could add like a new mode where basically they make it kind of like a family turf mode. And basically how I would make that work is that what would happen is the family would go into like a specific part, like a neighborhood, and then they could take that neighborhood over, and they could control a certain amount of neighborhoods, and then like on the map for everybody, like everybody in that lobby would see this family controls this neighborhood. And how it basically would work is the color of your Mafia, your family, whatever it is. Let's say that the family that you invited to people is orange, so you would see a big like orange thing around that area, that family is controlling that neighborhood. And what would happen is, every single, like, I would say like every 15 minutes, every 10 minutes, as long as you controlled that area and no other families went to that area and took it over, you could like extort all the businesses in that area. And it wouldn't be like really going into businesses, but it would be like you controlling it. and you would be getting like a paid, and one of your associates would be getting paid. And I guess like maybe the boss could like decide how he splits the pays and stuff like that, and you could take over multiple areas. So let's say you take over one neighborhood and you get $10,000 every 15 minutes, and then you could take over another neighborhood and then you get $20,000 every 15 minutes, and then you could take over a third neighborhood and make it 30,000. But the more neighborhoods you control, the harder it's going to be to control them. And maybe you could have like AI going into those NPCs, going into those neighborhoods, trying to take that over from you too, and like other players. And this would add more variety to the game and give it a new business, like mob focused, where you're just like running neighborhoods turf and you're taking turf from like other families and stuff like that. I think that would be kind of cool, at least. And you know, the reason that I'm so focused with this DLC is because I don't want GTA Online, like I said earlier, to turn into the next Warzone. I don't want this to be the next Saints Row game. I want this to be crime focused. Like, you know, I was looking at GTA 4 and I was looking at a lot of GTA 4 videos recently, and like comparing GTA 4 and GTA 5, I love GTA 5 and all, but just looking on it, GTA 4 was just such a dark storyline. It was so much more serious and like crime focused. And you know, I wish that, and you know, the online, they have a good potential here. We could do so many things with the online here, different like criminal empires, and I would really like them to focus more on the dark element of crime. Make a Mafia DLC, make a family DLC, and you know, this doesn't have to be like Italian focused. Like a lot of people would think like that the Mafia would automatically be Italian. You know, there's Russian Mafia, there's Italian Mafia, there's Irish Mafia, there's like so many different mobs, and like I'm guessing this could just be just a straight up American Mafia. Like we don't have to have a nationality for this Mafia specifically. Anybody could join it, and you could run your own families with your friends. And I personally think it would be really cool. Like when you guys want to see an update like that, you know, bring in like new mob clothing, like different, I don't know, different kinds of suits, different styles, new cars, maybe like a mob limousine with like bulletproof windows and stuff like that, and a different one, different than the minigun one from the CEO. Like different things that we could think of, like mob related vehicles, and new weapons too. Like I'm sure there's a ton of like mob related weapons that we could think of. So I definitely do think that would be a cool DLC. So let me know what you guys think of the concept down below. And if you guys really support this concept and you really like this idea, sign the petition down below. My friend made the petition, so make sure to support him and give him credit for coming up with the original idea. I just gave him a lot of good ideas to expand on, but I do think that the concept is great and the idea of a Mafia DLC would be great. So Tony, if you're watching this video, please put my ideas in the description for your petition. Hope your petition is successful. And one last thing I forgot to mention, guys. I was thinking, who could we add as the contact for like the Mafia DLC? Because you know, we had Malk, for instance, with the Bikers DLC, and he's from the Lost and Damned, so he knows how to run a clubhouse, he knows how to run a biker business successfully. So who could we possibly have as our contact for the Mafia DLC? And I was thinking, why don't we bring Phil? You guys remember Phil Bell back from GTA 4? He was a cool character, a lot of people liked him in GTA 4, and you know, spoiler alert, at the end of GTA 4, when the Pegorino family falls apart, either choice, Phil just goes off on his own. So they could definitely bring him back, and you know, I could see him definitely like going to the West Coast and like leaving the East Coast after all those mob wars ended. So they could definitely bring him back, and he could kind of be like your guidance on, like, he could be your contact, calling you and like telling you like what to do and like the best Mafia related jobs to do and how to set up your own family and stuff like that. So definitely, they could definitely bring Phil back, have him like a contact in your phone, or even like possibly like a little cutscene with him, and have him like help you set up like your own Mafia business and stuff like that. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. Let me know what you think down below, and let me know what you think of this idea. And hopefully they expand on this, because I really don't want GTA to turn into the next Saints Row game. So that's my friend's ideas. So take a look at the petition and sign it. If you really like the idea, please sign the petition. The more signatures, hopefully Rockstar sees it, because that's what happened to Bikers DLC. A lot of bikers signed that petition because they wanted a biker DLC for their community. What about the people that are in the community that like mob stuff, Mafia related stuff? So definitely sign a petition if you like it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.